On the range, the Hibbing community is pushing back after the city's HRA proposed building a new housing development.
This area is the Haven Court Apartments, also known as the Green Haven Apartments, Hibbing's oldest and largest low-income housing development. However, due to its aging infrastructure, Hibbing's Housing Redevelopment Authority proposed building new units in a new location to replace the 100-unit apartments. Now, the place the city proposed for that project, Cobb-Cook Park.
A location that now has some in the community protesting the new project.
Northern News Now's Cara Kopp heard from some of them today.
The children in Hibbing normally go to Cobb-Cook Park to play. But Tuesday, they went to protest.
They failed to take into consideration the value that this park had to us.
About 2 weeks ago, the city's HRA announced a proposed project to build new low-income housing on Cobb-Cook Park. And during last Monday's council meeting, the land was officially transferred to them.
We weren't prepared that they had planned to pass it that day. And when it was passed suddenly, we felt a little helpless.
Ashton Martin, who spent the day protesting, says her concern isn't with the project itself. Rather, the location and, according to her, a lack of transparency from the city when they started evaluating the park as a potential spot for the project.
If you're doing a study, you would think that you would actually go out into the community that is using this park and ask them for their opinion.
Many residents suggesting they move the project to a more centralized part of Hibbing, closer to healthcare facilities and grocery stores.
Everybody deserves, to be close and get everything they need. But the other location that they looked at is actually closer.
Residents like Ashton hoping the city makes a change after hearing their concerns.
This park has held a special place in our hearts for generations.
In Hibbing, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
And we did reach out to the city of Hibbing today, and no one was made available for an interview. But in a statement, city leaders said in part the city council has taken action to approve pieces of the funding application so it could be sent to the state for consideration. And the project is contingent upon being awarded that funding. If funding is awarded, the Planning Commission and Zoning Board of Adjustments and Appeals will consider rezoning the property.